and thank you so much for joining us today. We are Dexma, and this is part of our Dexma webinar series. And today we're going to talk about the future-proof utility. On the line with me, I have Martin Kortgaard from Eniig, one of Dexma's partners in the Nordics. And we also have Hubert, one of our energy software experts, here with us today to talk about the future-proof utility. I want to remind our audience that if you have questions, there's a little chat box here you can see at the bottom of your screen. And throughout the session, which is basically going to be Hubert and Martin exchanging their views on the future-proof utility and what that means. During that time, if you have any questions or comments, I encourage you to write them in the questions box, and we'll get to them at the end of the session during the Q&A. So before we get started, I just want to introduce a bit about who we are at Dexma. We're the energy analytics experts, for those of you who don't know us. What we do is build the best energy analytics software on the market, and these are some of the end customers that which are using our software. So as you can see, you can find energy management not just in the energy industry, but in any industry that you can think of. Basically, everything we do uses energy, so everything we do needs that energy managed. As you can see, we have over 1,000 active customers all over the world, from retail to pharmaceuticals to banking, and we're growing that customer base every year steadily. So how do we get our software to our end customers is through our global partner program. As you can see, we're present in almost every continent all over the world. Even though we're based in Europe, we're working with energy services companies, utilities like Eniig, and OEMs all over the world through our partner program. Right now, we have about 250 active partners, and we're also growing the partner program every day. So if you're interested in working with us in getting energy management software that's best in the business to your clients, then get in touch and we can talk about how to move forward. These are just a few of the things that the industry is saying about us. Recognized research experts in the industry are saying that it's one of the most exciting energy management companies to watch, and we get consistently 5-star reviews on the software review sites like Capterra. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Martin, who's kindly joined us from Eniig. He's going to introduce what he does in the energy management division and tell you a little bit more about how Eniig is set up. So go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Nicole, for the ultra-short introduction. I think I will add a bit more to that, just to let you know what our company is, consists of. We have in our company 5 divisions. I think I will just quickly jump through our utility part of our company, where we have the electricity supply. Just a moment. Our where we operate, maintain, and expand our electricity, and we have a small district heating network in our supply area. That's pretty much it. And the energy department, the division I am employed in, where we sell electricity and gas, we have for now approximately 400,000 customers. And of course, our energy consulting, where our focus is on the energy savings and energy management. Next division is our technical sales division, where we maintain and construct, have construction projects within wind farms and the supply electricity grid operation and establishment of streetlight projects, and and a lot of other things. We have a fiber division, where we establish, operate, and maintain the fiber network, supported also as well as development and sale of content provided by a company called WOW, And in that division, we just reached customer number 100,000. So we are definitely growing in that division too. And last, we have a renewables division where we invest in wind farms and solar parks. For now, we have a production capacity around 300 million kilowatt hours per year. So that's in headlines what our company consists of. As told, I'm working in the energy division, the energy consulting part of it, where we are highly skilled part of the division with I think 25 energy consultants whose main focus is to detect and realize energy savings. And for that we are using this partnership with Dexma. We use Dexel to support this, to find these savings at our customers CNI. So we recently went through a merger process. I forgot to tell you that. So we are two companies merged in last year. So we today have around, I think, 100,000 employees. So we are a big utility in the Danish market. If we should talk just a bit about insights into the Danish market, we see that's why we also are a part of this utility series. We see an increased focus in energy management, and especially in the energy management software in the Danish market. That's a way to act and control the energy for our customers. So that's why we are contributing to this series. And that's basically it. I think we will move on to the conversation between Hubert and I. And Hubert,
Great.
Please go on.
Thanks so much, Martin, for that introduction to Eniig and giving us a bit of insight into what you do and how you work. And you can see that it's not just energy management that you do, but and district heating, but also the renewables division and even fiber and internet. So many things that comprise your utility. And what I want to move over to now is the actual conversation we're going to have, taking a step back and looking at the big picture of the future of your utility. So I'm going to hand it over to Hubert now, and how this is going to work is a bit different from our normal webinars where we do presentations. For now, we will shift to a more podcast-style conversation between Hubert and Martin, and they will talk about the most important issues facing utilities today, especially utilities in Europe, which is where our focus is here, and what lessons can be learned from the experience of a real utility like Eniig. So without further ado, I will hand it over now to Hubert. Hubert, are you with us?
Yeah, hi guys. Thanks a lot, Nicole. Martin, great to have you on the webinar, and to all of our listeners, it's great to have you as well. We definitely hope to receive more questions than we ask Martin, or maybe some answers from Martin and from you guys. We can go ahead. So what does it really mean, a future-proof utility? There is the definition that you'll be seeing in front of your eyes, but I think it consists of revenue. And you know, when you look at the so-called Big Six in the UK, suppliers that actually define the market in the UK, they have witnessed their market share fall from 99% to 85% during last 4 years. So I think future-proof, apart from the definition itself, it also means new streams of revenue, or the retention of the streams of revenue that utilities need to consolidate. But then again, it's an open question. So maybe the 5 reasons why the utilities would would need to be future proof are based on the on some preconceptions. The first, I guess, would be the alternative energy model, right? And here, now everybody is alternative. Everybody seems to be sustainable. Martin, how does Eniig distinguish themselves in the market of sustainability and in the market of the alternative energy source offering?
Yeah, for one, we have our renewables division, which could be one part of it. We also have a business development department. We are participating in some projects. One project could be storage for grid. It's called.
Okay.
Where we're looking into to batteries in households. And from the utility point of view, so where is the optimal place to put these batteries? Is it out in the household? Is it out in the grid? Or yeah? So that's a part of the alternative energy where we're looking at it.
Okay. On the picture that we are seeing here, it's the biggest floating solar platform in the world in China, which in May this year overtook with the megawatts of electricity that they produce from solar power. They overtook any other country in the world. At the same time, we have solar power in the US, and at the same time, we have Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook. Everybody buzzing around energy and alternative sources, committed to 100% sustainable clean energy. Do you think, Martin, that they can be a helping part for utilities, for Eniig, or a disruptor or a competitor?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Yeah, you mentioned them yourself, Facebook and Google, and the other companies. We in Denmark, we're placed. We have a good location in Europe, you can say. So these companies are popping up with data centers all over, and with the green focus, they of course they are very high electrical consumers, and they generate a lot of heat, and much of that heat they want to put into our district heating sector, for example. So to have the energy management glasses on in that in these buildings. So we definitely see some energy contribution for their side too.
Okay, and the market saturation in the alternative energy sources, does it really affect utilities, and how? Do you feel the impact of that competition right next to you or behind your back?
I would say no, without any further explanation, because in Denmark we have a very reliable electricity grid with an uptime of, I think, 99.9999%. So that's for now the most cost effective and the reliable source we have. But as you can say, these you can call them disruptive challenges. You can ignore them, fight them, or embrace them, and I think we will embrace them, and we are ready for them.
Right. That's good to hear. Another concern or another challenge raised throughout the countries, because energy is regulated in countries in different ways. Obviously, there is the Paris Accord, there is Kyoto, there's European Union. There is the state, but then every state has some different regulations within themselves anyways. How does regulatory uncertainty impact the strategy of Eniig going forward within Denmark? Because obviously it's your main market, but also expanding into other Nordic countries.
Of course, our neighbors, Norway, Sweden, is our near market. So we are from a Danish point of view, Norway is a exciting marketplace, but we also have these regulatory uncertainties. So we're not jumping into it right now, but we have the focus, and we are looking in that direction. We have we are obligated in this our national energy efficiency plan to some energy savings, and these savings are only counts from within our country. So our main market is Denmark, but if we look, for example, at our energy management services, Dexma, for example, we don't have any limits, and we would welcome customers from other Nordic countries too.
Indeed,
because energy consulting is energy consulting, so we can help.
Right. No, Denmark for me, it's a flagship country in terms of regulations, already producing almost 100% of its own needs in terms of renewable sources of energy, but I don't know how carbon or greenhouse gas emission regulations work in Denmark, or what the expectations are. In the previous webinar with our partner from the UK at the beginning of this year, we learned that the carbon emissions are very important, and they are very strictly regulated by the government in the UK. Is it the case in Denmark? Will it be the case if it's not? Or maybe there is something else in place to ensure a greener future, I guess.
But I think to sum all that up, that is written down in this before mentioned energy efficiency action plan for Denmark, and that is what you can say, our handbook to these savings. And these savings, of course, is generated around all these emission reduction procedures. So I think that's the more into that topic. I cannot go because of lack of knowledge.
Right, and to stay politically correct, I guess.
Yes.
And I think another trend in the whole of global society right now is the knowledge and being spoiled for choice. Customers want more demand. They want TV on demand on Netflix. They want certain applications on their mobile phones on demand, and they want their energy on demand. They want to install maybe their personal solar panels. How do you see the customer-oriented model working in proactive utilities? Or maybe is it that utilities have their own strategy to approach those customers and try to group them together?
We are very familiar with this this demand questions, because as you saw in my short presentation, we have a fiber division where we deliver content. So we know customers demand more for less. Let's say it like that. I think you need to have to give me a question again.
Okay, no, the question would be, I guess, in the world where everybody is more and more aware of what they consume, what they want to consume, do you give, what kind of flexibility do you give to your customers, be that households or be that SMEs or enterprise customers?
I don't think I have the answer to that, because yeah,
No
maybe I
worries.
don't understand the question, or maybe I don't, simply don't know.
Okay, no worries, no worries. But do you notice the trend, for instance, with your SME customers, that they want more and more control over not only what energy they use, but also what energy they predict to use, and they ask Eniig for help to predict maybe their budget, maybe their kilowatt hour consumption for their businesses, so that they can plan themselves better. Is that the trend, that they're being more proactive, or
Yeah,
not?
that's a big trend for the type of customers we have in the consultant business, because it's all about the bottom line when the year is over. So actually we use the forecasting model in Dexma and energy budgets and so on to help them to see out in the future, and also
Right.
help them to make these saving goals if their budget is tied up to that.
Right. So you, in the end, you serve them as a consultancy. You help them to save that money for themselves, right?
Yeah, we tend to. So and often succeed with it. So yeah.
Cool. Another topic that came up is, the business model disruption. And here, I would be general, because I think every utility has their own strategy how to grow those disruptors. Do you at Eniig have maybe a little division of R&D trying to scout the markets outside of Denmark, and see what can be tried in Denmark, what can be implemented? Or maybe do you have some scouts in the universities, or maybe you organize some startup challenges locally in Denmark?
Yeah, we have, as the first you said, some business development. They're looking into this, because we need to win the customers to have success in this market, and so we are looking into different models to this, and we are as the company we want to be known as a lead in the digital marketplace. For example, we have our fiber division there is the whole infrastructure behind this, and Internet of Things knocking on our door every second. I think customer management, bill management. We have a lot of you can call some of them low practical, but highly effective projects in the book.
Right.
So
Yeah. IoT
IoT
really seems to be. I'm sorry, Martin.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No. IoT seems to be, something that we hear all the time. But is it one of those disruptors that you think will be very important for your market as well during the next 2 years?
I think when we look at the IoT, most of or many of these projects are focused on thermostats and other intelligent projects. But if we look at our customer base, that's maybe 1%, 2%, 3% that have these in their households. So, of my point of view, I think it will be a short-term strategy to go to have the product focus. I think it's more about to be maybe a software integrator or a system integrator.
Right.
To be you can call it the umbrella from all these analytics you can get from your home, your household, and so on. And
I gotcha.
with software deliver more informative bills to our customers, so we can reduce calls, or something like that. So the product Internet of Things, I don't think it will disrupt us tomorrow or next week.
Okay. And out of your maybe insights, I don't know how much you can unveil or not, but is there any disruption coming up from Eniig during the next years? Any kind of interesting project that you can bet on that it will take a hold on the market, it will have traction and generate some revenue, or maybe you cannot talk about it. I don't know.
I often say that there's one thing you could be sure of is that disruption comes from outside your own company. So as I told before, ignore, fight, or embrace it, and we embrace it. We are with our business developers, we are well known in the market, and we have our eyes on the future. Let's say it that way.
Okay. Nice. And I guess the fifth point is the energy in the cloud. Obviously, we ourselves, Dexma, we hail from the cloud, but utilities were never our target unless they had as partners, unless they had ESCO divisions. And now there is a lot of buzz of going into the cloud, of crunching the data, making sense of the data. How does Eniig try to leverage all the information that you get from your customers? Again, be that households or companies.
Yeah, but we have a history of many years of consulting, but I think with to be honest, the tools we have got with our partnership with you and the use of Dexel, it have given us some new ideas to how to use these data, some more functions or some functions in that way, forecasting models and so on. So we can use data better, because one thing is for sure is that the data points are exploding, and our customers want data now. As you told before, demand more for less, or just demands data now. So we have we are still for this energy management service. We are learning every day. So what could we make use of all these data? You have a good example yourself as the energy grader, with you put some intelligence behind these data. So I think that's the disruption for a new future, or a near future.
Right. And what about your end customers? How often, or maybe how often, don't they ask for access to their data to see, I don't know, their consumption, maybe their disaggregated consumption, to have the reports? It's true that internally, obviously, you save money for them and you advise them, but how often do they ask you for access, to have maybe not control, but at least to have supervision of what they consume?
Almost all the time. One of the things we have we have these 400,000 customers in our electricity supply and gas supply division. For them, we have a customer universe for them, so they can log in and see the consumption data. For the households, and also the CNI customers. Then we have, on top of that, we have Dexel, our energy management software, to give them more functions to this. So, and that could be reports. You recently developed a custom-made report for us, which is a part of this delivering data when the customer asks and when they need it.
Right. Understood. And to wrap up a little bit, those 5 points, there is a lot of buzz again, around the 3D model to get decarbonized, decentralized, and to get digital. I think Eniig is you're pretty much advanced on each of those three steps. But looking back 5 or 10 years, Martin, what would your advice be to other utilities out there in the countries where maybe there was no regulation in place before for them to spring into those 3Ds, or to utilities that want to still keep up with the best and try to make the change happen right now? What would be your advice to them how to go around doing it?
By maybe it could sound strange, but start with your last point, the big data. If you have data, well, then you have the answer. That's
Right.
hard said, but yeah, if you don't have data, you don't have you don't have it. So I think that's that would be the way to do it, and then I think. You simply just should extend your energy services, go beyond the traditional supplier role, and of course the relationship with your customers is a key point, because of course they are your customers, and they will leave you if not.
That's
and as we did partner up with companies in the areas where you're not are the strongest yourself.
Okay.
You can say so. So we saw the opportunity in this partnership to team up with as Nicole said, the best energy management system. That should be on her shoulders. But I think that's something that could future-proof your utility, I think.
Sure. And as you pass from this asset-based or centralized model into the energy services, which in the end help you engage better with the customer anyways, be more proactive with the customer anyways, how do you engage the customer in terms of how your marketing or your channel marketing switches towards those customers? Because I think it's also a digital change that utilities keep embracing for the last 2 years. But maybe you do it different. I don't know. It's an open question. How do you go about engaging your customers and new customers?
Yeah, that's an ongoing project because we want to always engage our customers. So that's a never ending project. Of course, we use the social medias to engage with our customers and provide them with information and so on. But we try and we are setting up events and partnerships with sport clubs and so we have a lot of things where we are building these relationships with our customers. So
that's a very good initiative, the one with the sports clubs. Very good one. Very good one. And as you mentioned, that the decisions should be more than not data driven. You mentioned also other partnerships, maybe with some innovative companies in the tech. I would ask you maybe not to name those companies, but tell us what kind of tech they brought into Eniig to help you keep growing.
Yeah. The one of them, that's why I'm here. And then we have, of course, that's in the energy division. We have, of course, in our utility some specialists partnership in all these divisions. So in every area of our company we have partnerships, because we cannot have it on our shoulders ourselves, and maybe it's right. I think it's the right way to deal with it.
Definitely. So every single division has a tech partner that is actually not part of the company itself, right?
Yeah, we will have that
Okay.
because we have suppliers of different systems as software like Dexma just for fiber.
Okay.
So of course we have partnerships in every corner of our location here.
That's great that you keep an open mind on it, and that you realized that sometimes the technology that is outside can help you grow faster rather than try to develop something yourselves. Other than that, I'm pretty curious about what's going to be happening at Eniig during the next 2 years, because for the region and for Denmark, you tend to be the trendsetters. So we are very happy always to converse with you, Martin, and with your colleagues. Wrapping up a little bit at this point, maybe over to Nicole, and me and Martin will be happy to hear any questions from you guys.
Thanks, Hubert. Guys, for those of you with us still watching and listening, if you have any questions that you would like to ask either Martin or Hubert, there's a questions box just at the bottom of your GoToWebinar panel. And while we're waiting for some questions to come in, maybe I'll ask one to Martin. Of the 5 sort of reasons why utilities need to future-proof that we guessed, which one does Eniig kind of struggle with the most, or which one gives you the biggest bottleneck in terms of growth? Like, which one is your biggest headache, and where do you see yourselves doing better than average? Or is there one that we didn't even talk about?
Yeah, maybe. I think there's a lot we haven't talked about, but then it will be a long webinar. But I think if we should start with our headache, it's obviously and the easy way is to go with number 2, the regulatory uncertainty, because we are in a world where that affects our business in many ways. So we can one day be sure that this is the path to the future and the stars, and the next day, regulation is changed, and not the next day, but in a short time it changed, and we have to be ready to move along another path. So
okay, so
I think that will always be our headache.
Keeping up with the regulatory
come again,
environment.
please.
Right, so the biggest challenge for you is keeping up with the regulatory environment that's constantly changing, and that must be difficult, especially when your utility is growing and getting bigger. It's harder to adapt.
Yeah, and it's basically the foundation of a lot of our work, and it affects. It could for our energy consulting division. It could affect the way we work with energy management with our customers. Where is our focus? Is it, as Schubert said, is it carbon reduction we should put all our work to, or is it simply just the budgets we should help our customers to reduce consumption in terms of the budget? So I think that sums up our headache within the regulatory.
Just a quick follow-up regarding those regulatory changes. Do you see your clients coming to you more proactively saying, okay, we need to comply with this, or is it the other way around? Is it you as the utility saying, hey guys, watch out, this is coming and we're going to help you?
The last, watch out, this is coming. Of course, it's our role in the market to help our customers embrace this, because they often don't have the time themselves to keep up with this regulatory. So again, talk about partnership. That's something in our partnership with our customers. This role as the watcher for them in terms of new standards, new terms in energy savings or so. So I think that is our role, and and that's the way we do it.
And one final question, maybe before we wrap up. How would you say that you interact most commonly with your customers? Can you give us a bit of a picture how the communication goes? Would you say that it's digital, or is it mostly on the phone? Or it seems like a rudimentary question, but this is actually a big thing now that utilities are struggling. Sometimes it's on paper. I mean, it runs the gamut of technological advancement. So how do you interact with your customers?
That's we do that in many different ways. For me myself, it's mostly digital, because we have customers spread all over the country, and I'm basically drives a software, so the support side from that is often digital. Then we have our energy consultants. They need to be out there to face the reality, to feel the heat on the pipes and so on. So that's they are physically present at the companies, and of course our electricity and gas supply, it's digital, or by phone, of course.
Okay, so it runs the whole spectrum.
Our customers.
Great.
Yeah, because 400,000 customers, it would be a pretty big task to visit them all.
Yeah, I can imagine. So digital definitely helps you to kind of meet them where they are, whether it's online or in person.
Yeah, and of course we try to meet them before they feel the need to contact us. So we have explained and we have the answers at our webpage, and any news and social media channels, and so we would like to keep our customers informed.
Right, it's a very proactive approach, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today's session. I want to thank Martin again so much for joining us today and sharing his world, his utilities, and how they are going to future-proof themselves. And we learned a lot from Eniig's experience. If you still have questions, you can always send an email to either Hubert or myself. We will pass them on to Martin, and we will get those answers to you. So thanks again, Martin. Thank you also, Hubert, for the great presentation. And with that, we will say goodbye for this session. Thanks again, Martin.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.